I never thought about doing this, but I decided to look up the effects of cadmium poisoning. The goal here is, when I looked up aluminum causes you to feel timid all the time. You're just constantly terrified for no reason. But cadmium has a very interesting effect on the executive function of the brain. This is why heavy metal poisoning is serious, even though these people in this church treat it like a joke. Cadmium exposure is associated with impaired executive function and overall cognitive decline in human and animal models. Neurotoxicity occurs through multiple mechanisms, including oxidative stress, inflammation, and disruption of the essential metal homeostasis in the brain. Specific effects related to a function and related to cognitive processes include, I'll probably understand that when I listen to this video, reduced attention and perception. Studies in adults have found that higher cadmium exposure is linked to decreased performance on tests, measuring attention and perceptual skills. Memory deficits. Cadmium can impair both short-term and spatial working memory, affecting the ability to form and retain new information. These memory impairments may persist long after exposure cease. Yeah. Learning disabilities in children higher cadmium levels have been linked to the increased risk of learning disabilities and lower cognitive scores. Processing speed and reasoning difficulties. Occupation exposure studies have shown workers with high cadmium levels perform less well on measures of psychomotor speed and mental flexibility and abstract reasoning. Generating oxidative stress. Cadmium increases the production of reactive oxygen species, ROS, and depletes antioxidants, causing neuron damage. Disrupting calcium and zinc balance. Cadmium can enter neurons via transporters, and calcium and zinc and interfere with normal signals and disrupting neurotransmitters. Just a second. Inducing neural apoptosis, the resulting cellular stress and damage can trigger the death of the brain cells, particularly in the hippocampus and region of critical brain for memory and thinking. It makes you stupid. Weakening the brain barrier. Cadmium can decrease the integrity of the blood-brain barrier, allowing the toxins to enter the nervous system. Induced neuron apoptosis, that one that I was struggling with. The resulting cellular stress and damage can trigger the death of the brain cells, particularly in the hippocampus, the region for critical memory and learning. Okay. Now, damaging the hippocampus. Let's talk about that. Damaging the hippocampus. The hippocampus influences courage through specific cell, OLEM cells, that signal safety in risk situations, promoting risk-taking. Yes, the hippocampus enables you to determine if you can overcome fear and take a risk. I could not do that because my hippocampus was damaged by cadmium. While other areas like the anterior cingulate cortex help mediate the conflict between fear, amygdala, and action, allowing for voluntary, courageous acts by reinforcing the fight response through dopamine. Essentially, the hippocampus helps balance anxiety, allowing us to act bravely when the brain deems it safe, even if in threatening context, and this courage circuit can strengthen by repeated brave acts. The hippocampus, which mine was destroyed by cadmium from these bastards poisoning me with fucking cadmium because they're fucking losers. And you might go, oh, they losers. Dude, the wish I might make might be every bastard in your church now has cadmium poisoning. And I mean everyone. Everybody has cadmium poisoning. See how brave you faggots are. Oh no, there's no courage, cause it's physically dissolved in my stupid fucking lead brain. Fucking retards. Oleum cells, these neurons in the ventral hippocampus, known as the Orion-Langstrom molecule cells, activate during stress and signify safety, increasing risk-taking behavior, according to research on rodents. Theta oscillation activating the oleum cells drives a specific brain rhythm theta linked to increased bravery and decreased anxiety in threatening situations. How it works with other brain areas. Fear versus courage. Fear originates in the amygdala, but courage involves overcoming fear. Anterior cingulate cortex, the AAC region, detects the internal conflict between fear and the urge to act, helping the brain decide to overcome fear. Dopamine reinforced repeatedly choosing courage rather than retreated in dopamine and future rewards. Mindfulness, calming the amygdala through deep breathing and mindfulness makes it easier to access courage. Repeated. I practice mindfulness and I could not get my fucking hippocampus to help me because they destroyed it with fucking cadmium and then had the balls to call me a fucking coward. Altering somebody's brain does not make them a coward, it makes you a bastard. That is what that is. That is the definition, you fucking piece of shit. Repeated exposure, gradually facing fears like mouse approaching a predator. Exposure therapy, all this other shit. The important thing to take away from this, is I am not naturally a coward. I was forced into being one through heavy metal poisoning. Okay. Timid comes from aluminum, fucking... The hippocampus is destroyed by fucking cadmium, which was the other fucking poison that black loser poisoned me with, and he's a black fucking loser. And if he wants to do any good in the world, he'll fucking kill himself. Just whatever, man. Oh. Yeah. In conclusion, my hippocampus, the part of my brain that's supposed to help me regulate courage, was destroyed by cadmium. And I gotta wonder, because these guys, this was a thing when I was talking about aluminum poisoning, and they were like, and lead poisoning. If they didn't even think to look up the side effects of cadmium poisoning on the human brain, because these guys, it's a solution. They go, this works. That's how they work. They're idiots that live on the shoulders of giants. They don't actually understand the science. They just do stupid shit, and then you deal with it, because they're 2-year-olds. But yeah, this is just